Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream of a football content creator making a March Madness bracket. I got no idea what I'm doing with this stuff. I'm going to pretend like I know. I'm going to talk like I know. But truthfully, guys, I make football content for a living. I watch football for a living. I talk about football for a living. This is college basketball. This is a completely other beast, a new animal to me. Obviously, I make a bracket every year, but I'm determined this year to make it the best possible by at least researching and doing some type of breakdown for all of these picks. If you guys saw my TikTok about my college basketball bracket looking at college teams, college football programs, you'll know that is the bracket I am putting in the Lobes Leads pool. The Lobes Leads pool is in the description, depending on where you're watching this in my profile, if you're watching on Twitter or Instagram. But that is where I am putting everything. This bracket, though, I'm competing with my friends in. I'm making sure this is the best possible bracket in terms of overall winners, upsets, giving myself the best chance to compete against everybody else in my world with the help of you guys. So without further ado, let's get into this bracket. If you guys are watching on the socials over here on TikTok, go to my profile, head over to YouTube or Twitter or X, whatever you call it, and give me your 2 cents on my bracket because I am creating this with the hope that you guys can give me some new insights, any type of upsets that you guys like that I can ride. But ultimately, this is my main bracket. If you guys are just hopping on, welcome back in. I am going to share my screen and we're going to build this bracket together, guys. We're going to build this thing together. So how do I got to create a bracket here. ESPN Tournament Challenge, create a bracket. Okay, so that was my original bracket. As you guys can see, you know what I'll do? I'll show you guys my college football program one. So this is not my real bracket. We're going to create the real bracket here in a second. This is my college football bracket. You guys can look at it up and down here, each region, the South, the East. But the bottom line is I made this bracket basically picking who I thought had the better college football program. And if they had a better program, I'd pick them to win. You can see my Final Four. Michigan over Florida, which is terrifying. I have Michigan in the finals. It's horrifying. And then Alabama over Georgia in the other side again. This is my college football bracket. This is not my real bracket. We're going to make the real bracket right now. But this is what I'm riding. And again, this is in the Lobes Leads pool with you guys. I'm competing against every single person watching this who's in my pool with this bracket. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm riding it and I'm trusting myself with the research that I've done or the picks that I've made. I believe this is a good bracket. I believe this can get the job done, at least in the pool. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the overall success of this bracket, but we're going to ride this as much as possible, as long as possible. But we need to make our real bracket, and you guys are going to help me with this. So we're going to go back to this bracket right here, creating another bracket. We're going to start fresh. You guys are going to help me with all of this stuff. Again, if you're watching on the socials, make sure you head over to Twitter and YouTube to check all this stuff out. You guys can give me your 2 cents on this bracket and making sure I make sure I give you the best information possible on what I think, and you guys give me some feedback on it because I'm going to be able to look at the comments as I do this. So in the South, the round of 64, obviously we're going to pick Auburn to beat Alabama State, though. Very interesting interstate rivalry there. That's a real thing, but we're going to pick Auburn to beat Alabama State. I don't see any issues with that. I trust them to get the job done. Louisville, Creighton. We can look at the previews for each of these games. So Louisville is a favorite, if I'm not mistaken, if you can go over to Pikkit. Also, if you guys are not on Pikkit, I'll walk you through all the picks I have for today. But if you guys are not on Pikkit, make sure you join. That is what the show is presented by. We are breaking all of this stuff down with the assumption that you guys are making bets on this stuff too. If you're not, head over to Pikkit. But if we look at Pikkit, this Louisville game, actually, we can just go like this. We look at this game. It's the first game. Louisville is a 2.5-point favorite against Creighton. Going back to the preview in the bracket, where'd it go? There it is. Let's see here. You guys can see it here. Louisville is projected to win. Insight. Let's see some insight. So the last couple games for Louisville, they've lost 3 games, but that was after a 4-game winning streak. Obviously, they play some tougher teams like Kentucky, Duke, and Tennessee. Creighton lost to Alabama, lost to Marquette. Beat UConn, beat Marquette, beat UConn, lost to UConn, lost to St. John's. To me, it looks like Louisville has a tougher schedule. Again, if you guys are watching on the socials, YouTube, X, all in my profile, all in the description, I'm going to come on here and ask you guys, everybody who's watching right now, if you're on YouTube or Twitter, St. John's, Louisville over Creighton. I'm going to ask you guys right now, if you're on Twitter or on YouTube, comment your pick. The first pick or the first group I see to get 5 picks, that is who I will ride. So comment Louisville or Creighton. Comment Louisville or Creighton. I'm trusting the Lobes Leads community with this one. I'm going to be looking at TikTok over here too, but I'm really looking at Twitter and YouTube. So we got Louisville. We got 3 for Louisville. Uh-oh. I think we might have a winner here. We got 4 for Louisville from Daniel. Oh, man. And the 5th one from Liam. Okay, so everybody thinks Louisville. That kind of scares me. But you know what, guys? This is the Lobes Leads bracket. I'm going to ride it. So we're going to go Louisville over Creighton. Michigan, UC San Diego. So I am a little bit worried about this one because, number one, if you guys didn't see my college football thing, I have Michigan in the finals in my college football bracket. Let me pull this up. So this is, again, if you guys didn't hop on or just hopping on and didn't see, this is my college football program bracket where I just picked the team who I thought had the better college football program. Michigan is in my finals in this bracket. They're in my finals. And again, this is what I'm putting in the Lobes Leads pool. So, like, it's not my real bracket. It's not my official bracket, but I'm competing against every single one of you guys who's in my pool with this bracket. So there's some substance to this. I have Michigan in my finals. I'm curious as to what you guys think about this game because I am not an expert at this stuff. I'm a football creator talking about March Madness. I am curious. What do you guys think of this? Because I look at Michigan as a team who's, played pretty well recently, at least from what I've seen across the tournament. We can look at the preview here, but everybody likes UC San Diego. Michigan is a 2.5 point favorite here. I don't know, man. This scares me. I think for the sake of my college football bracket, I have to put Michigan over UC San Diego, but guys, I don't know. Have they played anybody legit? Okay, so they lost to San Diego State. Look at these games, guys. I can't pick against a team who's played a tougher schedule. I'm going to go Michigan. Texas A&M and Yale. Here's my thought, guys. I've seen legitimately I see something over here. UCSD's tallest player is 6'8". Is that true? I believe if that is true, that makes me even more confident. But I'm going with Michigan. But guys, Texas A&M, Yale. I know so many people are picking Yale, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the 13-4." The fact that everybody's on this 13-4 upset makes me more confident in A&M. It makes me more confident in A&M, and truthfully, I wouldn't pick Yale to beat Michigan anyways. So I'm going to rock with A&M here. I'm going to rock with A&M over Yale. Ole Miss versus UNC, guys. The whole UNC not getting into the tournament when they shouldn't have type thing was kind of lame. I'm not going to lie to you, but they beat San Diego State. However, I think Ole Miss, and you look at their schedule. Oh, I didn't mean to pick them yet. I'm going to pick them. But you look at their schedule, they're also playing tougher teams. Obviously, they're losing these games. They're losing to Auburn, A&M. They beat Alabama. They beat Tennessee. They lost to Florida. They have been battle-tested, and I like to lean towards the battle-tested teams in the tournament. I mean, UNC's been playing Duke. They've lost every game in Duke. Obviously, the 74-71 one was the tournament game. But I'm rocking with Ole Miss over UNC here. Iowa State over Lipscomb. I don't know. Here's the bottom line, guys. Nobody is going to pick Lipscomb in this game. What are they, 14.5 point underdogs? I think this is the underdog we got to ride. How do you guys feel? I'm curious. Anybody who's watching, how do you guys feel about Iowa State? Let's see their schedule. Is there anything that could have tripped them up? Okay, so they lost to Auburn by 2 points back in November. That doesn't make me feel confident. They beat Arizona. They beat Baylor, Marquette, Kansas. Okay, I'm feeling less confident about this one, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Ian, no, don't disrespect the Nashville-based. I'm sorry, I had no idea. Oh, man, because I look at this, the way I want to pick upsets this year is I want to swing big on first-round upsets, but don't screw myself overall down the line if they wind up losing the second round. So I'm thinking now Iowa State or Ole Miss. Would I pick Iowa State to beat Ole Miss? Am I really confident Ole Miss is going to win their round one game? I think the smarter thing here to do is pick Iowa State. Marquette, New Mexico. I've seen a lot of people pick New Mexico in this game. See, a lot of people pick New Mexico in this game. I think this is a team that's, honestly, guys, way better than the books are giving them credit for. There is a couple games that I actually have looked at in terms of like what the books are seeing and things like that. This is a game where I think Marquette is being given a little too much credit against New Mexico. You can look at the games that they have played. Obviously, Marquette's played a tougher schedule. They're losing a lot of these games, but they played St. John's a bunch. They're a good team. They've played tough teams. But I don't know, guys. New Mexico finds ways to win. This is an upset again. Am I going to pick Marquette to beat Michigan State in that second round because I'm going to pick Michigan State over Bryant? Probably not. Like, this is an upset I want to swing big on. I think a lot of people, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to default to the community again on this one. If you guys are watching on TikTok, go to my profile, head over to YouTube and give me your 2 cents on this. I'm going to ask the community here. What do we think? Do we think Marquette or do we think New Mexico? Marquette or New Mexico? Marquette or New Mexico? Why do you think UNC is losing? I like the battle-tested teams, and I will pick an SEC team every time. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's how I'm rolling. What do you guys think here? Are we thinking Marquette or are we thinking, who is the other one? Marquette or New Mexico? Marquette or New Mexico? I'm curious. What do you guys think? See Shan say New Mexico, Avery, Marquette. Marquette. Everybody's on Marquette. You know what? Definitely Marquette. Okay. You guys are making me feel confident. Liam, you like Marquette? You guys are making me feel more confident in Marquette. So let's do it. Let's go Marquette here. We'll do it. We'll go Marquette. So this is what the 1, 2, 3, 4 matchups in the round of 32 look like in the South region. Auburn versus Louisville. Again, Auburn's a very good team. I'm not fading Auburn. That's the reality. I'm not fading Auburn. Michigan's playing really good basketball, and I think a lot of people are less set on Texas A&M even beating Yale. But here's the thing. I look at Texas A&M's schedule. They're battle-tested, guys. Like, they played Alabama. They played Tennessee. They played Florida. They beat Auburn, 3 weeks ago. Like, they are playing tough teams. They're beating good teams. Michigan's hot, and they're playing really well. They just won the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know, guys. Like, I think here's how my thought process right now. I think more people are going to be on Texas A&M losing to Yale. So I think less people are going to have Texas A&M moving on. I'm going to keep riding Texas A&M if less people have them. I'm going to zig when they zag. Auburn, A&M in the Sweet 16. Ole Miss, Iowa State. I mean, this is a coin flip. I already said I'm picking Michigan State over Marquette, so I'm going to pick Michigan State here. Ole Miss, Iowa State. I'm going to default back to the community. You guys let me know. Ole Miss, Iowa State. What are we thinking? Ole Miss, Iowa State. You guys let me know what we're thinking. Let me know what we're thinking here. Ole Miss, Iowa State. Ole Miss, Iowa State. Okay, I see Mississippi. I see Iowa State. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Screw New Mexico. They sold me for $1K. No offense. Okay, well, that's good to know. I could see Yale winning. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm zigging when people are zagging, and a lot of people are on Yale to win, so I'm not going to pick Yale. If it screws me over in the long run with A&M losing, so be it. So be it. Let's see what we're seeing on TikTok here. Indiana or Iowa State, Ole Miss, UNC. What we're doing with UNC. All right, I'm seeing more people saying Iowa State, so we'll rock with Iowa State in this game against Ole Miss. Iowa State, Michigan State, though, that's the real question. See, I again am not like super confident in Iowa State in general, so I think I got to go Michigan State here. I'm picking Auburn over A&M for sure. I don't want to go all chalk in this side of the bracket, but like I'm going to go Auburn in the Final Four from the South. This is what the South looks like. Let's move to the East. I mean, Duke is winning round 1. Mississippi State, Baylor is another one that a lot of people are going back and forth on. Let's look at their recent games here again. I am by no means an expert here, but I'm doing anything. So Mississippi State, again, battle-tested. They've played Auburn. They've played Tennessee. They've played Alabama. They played Alabama close. They played Tennessee close. They played Florida. They beat A&M. They got blown out by Alabama recently, though. So Mississippi State is battle-tested, but looking at Baylor's schedule, looks like they are too. Like, they played Houston close. They lost to Tennessee. They got blown out by Iowa State. Beat Kansas. I don't know. How are you guys feeling about Mississippi State and Baylor? Mississippi State and Baylor, because this is not by any means no expertise from me over here. We'll keep moving down the bracket, though. I already know for a fact my upset of the first round, Akron over Arizona. We're rocking with Akron to make the Sweet 16 as well, plus 2,300. We are riding that. Just scrolling down here, no-brainer picks or quote-unquote no-brainer picks. It's March. Nothing's a no-brainer. Wisconsin, another upset. I am on Vanderbilt to beat St. Mary's. I was looking at Vanderbilt's schedule, another team that's played a significantly harder schedule than St. Mary's. So I trust Vanderbilt. SIU Edwardsville. Where are we seeing that? Am I missing something here? Oh, against Houston? Well, we did bet every underdog to win in the first round. I'll show you guys that in a second here. But I'm curious now, guys, because I still do need the insight for what is it here? Where'd it go? Oh, the insight for Mississippi State and Baylor. Again, I will tend to lean towards the SEC teams, the tougher battle-tested teams, but I want your guys' 2 cents here. I want your guys' 2 cents on what you're thinking here. I know nothing about Rayshon Taylor, and that's why I'm asking you guys. Let's see. Baylor wins that game. You guys are thinking Baylor. I'm seeing more people say Baylor. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We'll do Baylor. BYU VCU. BYU's been my wagon all year long. I know 11-6 upsets are very, very popular. I'm rocking with BYU. I'm rocking with Alabama over Robert Morris. And then Oregon and Liberty. Oregon is a 5.5-point favorite. I mean, I'm rocking with Akron to the Sweet 16, so why not pick Liberty now? Akron over Liberty, moving to the Sweet 16. Duke over Baylor, Duke over Akron. That should be no issue, no debate there. BYU, Wisconsin. BYU's been my wagon all year long, guys. They've been my wagon all year long. I'm going to pick Alabama to beat Vanderbilt. But BYU's been my wagon all year long. I don't know. Again, I am not 11-6 upsets happen every year, so I'm going to fade myself a little bit and go Wisconsin over BYU, Alabama over Wisconsin, Duke over Alabama. Duke, Alabama in the Elite Eight would be crazy, though. That'd be a crazy matchup. Moving to the West, Florida over Norfolk State. You guys see my mug. I'm going to pull up the full screen for you. You guys see my mug. I'm rocking with UConn there. UConn over Oklahoma. Oh, this is the wrong bracket. UConn over Oklahoma. Colorado State over Memphis. I know a lot of people have talked about that upset. People really like Colorado State. They're red hot right now. Maryland over Grand Canyon. Maryland, to me, has been pretty good from what I've seen, but I'm going to pick Colorado State to beat Maryland. Florida over UConn. Missouri, Drake. I've seen a lot of people pick the Drake upset too, so we'll rock with Drake here. Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington, Texas Tech. Arkansas over Kansas is my upset of the day, which, speaking of, I want to make sure you guys see. We have officially put half a unit on every single upset pick today with Yale as one of our big upset picks. I put a full unit on the Arkansas spread, but half a unit on every single upset today, guys. Every single one, including some that are, what was the biggest one? Plus 3,500. We got plus 950, 1,400, 1,000. We have half a unit on every single upset. If you guys aren't on Pikkit, check it out. This is how you can track all your picks today. But we are on every single upset, half a unit today, which is going to be great. And then we are also on Arkansas, just straight up the cover. We have a lay in place as well. It is Gonzaga, Clemson, and Purdue all to win today. So I like that. St. John's over Omaha. I'm not fading Rick Pitino. This Rick Pitino, John Calipari matchup it's coming. It's going to happen. I know everybody likes St. John's a lot. Guys, I think Arkansas might beat them. I think Arkansas might beat them. I don't know. To me, this is an edge. I don't know. Like, that's an edge I think that we could get in the bracket if we did that. Everybody's on St. John's. Everybody's on St. John's, guys. Everybody. St. John's most overrated team in the country. You know what? Let's do it. Screw it, guys. Let's do it. And you know what? If Arkansas loses, Kansas can still beat them. Our bold pick of the tournament, guys, St. John's. I hate doing this because I like Rick Pitino so much. But St. John's bounced in the round of 32. That's our bold prediction. Texas Tech and Drake. I'm going to rock Texas Tech here. Let's see. I'm Florida over Colorado State. And again, I'm going to go all 1 seeds in the Final Four. They're just that good. But do we think? See, I'm going to rock with Texas Tech. I'm going to rock with Texas Tech over Arkansas. Go Florida over Texas Tech. Let's move to the Midwest. Picking Houston, sorry. Gonzaga is a good one. I'm picking Gonzaga. Picking Clemson over McNeese. Everybody loves McNeese, so be it. Sorry, I'm going to pick against them. Purdue over High Point because we have Purdue in LA today. I'm going to pick Xavier to beat Illinois. Xavier's playing good basketball. I'm going to pick Kentucky to beat Troy. I'm going to pick UCLA to beat Utah State, and I'm going to pick Tennessee to beat Wofford. Again, UCLA, Tennessee is a very, very tough matchup. Honestly, guys, I think this could go down to the wire, but Tennessee's more battle-tested. They're playing better teams. They're a better team, so I'm going to rock with Tennessee here. Xavier against Kentucky, I'm rocking with Kentucky. Clemson, Purdue, I'm going to stick with Clemson. Houston over Gonzaga. Gonzaga's sneaky. They do scare me because they can beat a lot of good teams. They have beat some good teams, but St. John's is consistent all around, Daniel. I don't know. I think that could give us a big edge in the bracket. Everybody's picking St. John's. I think if they could lose. I think they could lose to Coach Cal team or Kansas. Call me crazy, but they got a tough matchup round 2, so I'm going to fade them right now. Backing in over here, we're going to go with Houston, Clemson. Guys, I'm really tempted to not put Houston in the Final Four. How would you guys feel about that if I said I'm not putting Houston in the Final Four? Curious. What would you guys say to that? Would you guys like that? I'm not putting Houston in the Final Four. What would you guys say to me if I said that to you? I'm curious. I think Xavier can beat Kentucky. Yeah. Because Clemson beats Houston. Yeah, I think Houston's the 1 seed I want to fade. Because, right, like, Tennessee is great. I want Tennessee, and they've beaten Alabama. They've beaten Auburn. Screw it. We're going to pick Tennessee to beat Kentucky. I'm not going to put Houston in the Final Four. At that point, why not just rock with the upset? We'll pick Clemson over Houston. We're going to pick Tennessee over Clemson. So our Final Four, Auburn, Florida, Duke, Tennessee. This would be a sick Final Four. Zags could even beat Houston. Yeah, so we got to fade Houston. You know what, guys? Do we give Houston the St. John's treatment and get him out in the round of 32? Do we do that? I think we do. I think we go Zags over Houston, Clemson over Gonzaga, Tennessee over Clemson. I think we do it. So Duke, Tennessee, Auburn, Florida. Auburn, Florida is going to be a crazy game. Crazy, crazy game. And again, I kind of want to fade the public here. I think Florida will have a moderately easy path to the Final Four. So I'm going to trust. I don't know. Auburn, Florida. This is so tough. I'm going to pick Duke to beat Tennessee. Okay, I'm going to pick Duke to beat Tennessee. But Auburn, Florida. Auburn, Florida. I kind of want to just flip a coin at this point, guys. Who would I rather see? I'd rather see Florida. Screw it. Let's do it. Oh, I don't know. Auburn's been struggling. Not struggling. You know, they have been struggling recently. Then Florida, Duke. Oh, my gosh. This is tough. I'm going Florida. I'm going the Gators, guys. They get Norfolk State, the winner of UConn, Oklahoma. Then in my bracket, Colorado State, but they could get Memphis, Maryland, Grand Canyon. Like, I don't know. Louisville could beat Auburn. Yeah. So basically, now I want to think who is the least likely to get bounced early of these teams. I think Florida's got an easy path, at least to the Elite Eight. Duke will get Baylor. Yeah, Duke's, yeah. But they could lose to Alabama. We're going Florida over Duke. We'll go 173 points in the final. I don't know. No, we'll go 169. We'll go 169 in the final. Florida over Duke. Oh, man. Screw it, guys. This is it. Oh, I'm having second thoughts. That's it. All right, my championship pick, Florida over. I don't need to show you guys this right now. I need to type my address for you. I don't want to get doxxed. Florida over Duke. That is our bracket pick. That is what we were riding with. Again, guys, if you're watching on the socials, I'm going to stay live here on TikTok for a little bit longer. If you're watching on YouTube, X, or Instagram, I appreciate you guys hopping on. In my profile, there is a link to the bracket pool. It's completely free. The winner gets an NFL draft party supplied by me. So join. It's free. If you win, you win. Like it, there's no negative in joining. That's what I should say. It's completely free. Highly suggest you get on. If you win, you get some food, get some wings. So get some free food for your NFL draft party by winning my bracket pool. It's completely free. Again, I'm gonna hop off, posting content all day long, all week long. So make sure you guys check that out. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.